let me tell you, once you're at the counter, the things are scanned so fast. Like, hey, wonderful and amazing people, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jackie Kimani. If you're new here, welcome to our family. Consider subscribing to my channel and watch my previous videos. I really appreciate your support. In today's video, I am going to talk about some culture shocks I experienced as a Kenyan in Germany. I came to Germany when I was grown up. Like, I wasn't born in Germany. Yeah, every place has different cultures, and I just want to share some of the culture shocks that really shocked me as a Kenyan. And I want to give a disclaimer that this is just my experience. It doesn't mean like that is how it is all over the country. That is how other people experience the culture shock, because we all have different cultures. I come from Kenya and our culture is a little bit different. So yeah. So one of the culture shock that I experienced is definitely the food. The food is very different. Let me just say it. Our food is very different from the German food, and yeah, and the fact that here they only eat two warm meals or even one, whereas in Kenya we have breakfast and we have lunch and we have dinner, and preferably all of them are warm. But here we have you can have breakfast, like say you can have bread, and you can have bread or cereals, and then lunchtime you can eat warm. You can cook food that is warm meal, and then in the afternoon, like in the evening, you can eat bread. That doesn't happen. That doesn't happen in Kenya. Mostly in Kenya we have the bread, we eat it as breakfast. So that was quite different. That was a culture shock. I was shocked. And they have very different types of bread. Like we have the black bread, we have the grey bread, we have very different, like a lot. I think I just put a picture here, and I'll just attach a picture of the different types of bread. I don't know all of them, I just know a few, and I mostly eat the white bread because that's the only bread that I know. That's the only bread that I've eaten. Obviously, I've tried the black bread and the grey bread, but I can tell you for sure that it's very different. They have very different types of bread, very many, and on top of breads, you usually put there's salami, there's ham. There are lots of things that you can put on top, like you apply on top of the bread, or you just put on top of the bread. And it's very weird for you to eat bread just like that, just with butter. It's very weird. So you have to put like something on top of your bread. Like they are very different. They are also very different. Maybe I'll attach some of the things here that they put on top of the bread. And yeah, that was also different for me because back at home you can just put margarine on top and eat. But yeah, that doesn't happen here. It's very different. That was just something that shocks me. And also the so when you're having like a meal and you're like a family, or you have guests, or you are a guest to someone, when you're eating, you just don't, when you're finished with the food, you just don't take your plate and take it to the kitchen, or you just leave and go to your room. No, you have to wait for everyone to finish eating, so that you can leave the room. That is courtesy. Mm? You wait for everyone to finish eating and then you leave the room. So don't just say, oh yeah, I'm done, and that happened to me. That happened to me. So I was in a friend's home, and I finished eating as the first one, because the food is also different, and I can't eat a lot of food. It's just my stomach was adjusting to the food, and so I just ate a small amount of food. And when I was done, I just took my plate. I was taking it to the kitchen, and everyone was like, so my friend told me, you need to wait for everyone to finish the food so that you can take your plate, so that we can finish all together. So when everyone is done, now we can take the place to the kitchen together. So yeah, that was quite different for me. That was something new. That was just something new for me. And the second thing is about the supermarket. We don't have like the small, it's very rare to have like the small kiosk that we have in Kenya, that you can just go to your neighbor's shop. Your neighbor has a shop, so you go and buy something. Or by the roadside, we have a lot of shops. That is not the same here. We have supermarkets, the big supermarkets or small supermarkets. And in the supermarket, you have to pack your things on your own. And let me tell you, once you're at the counter, the things are scanned so fast. Like, give me a break. Like, oh my god, it is so fast. You have to adjust. The first time was very hard for me. It was very hard. That is just something that was very different for me, because in Kenya, in the supermarkets, there is someone at the end of the counter who will pack the things for you, and then give you, and then after you finish paying, give you the things, and then you go. But here you have to pack the things yourself, and the scanning is very fast. It's very fast. You have to pack the things on your own, and yeah, you have to be a little bit fast so that you don't block the people behind you. Just do your things a bit faster, yeah? Schnell. Yeah, so that was quite different for me, because you have to pack the things on your own. The scanning is very fast, and the paying, if you're paying with the card, you don't have to look there, oh, now where is my card, where is my money? You have to have everything on on check. Like once you're going to the counter, make sure you don't block the other people behind you. And the third thing that really shocks me is smoking. Like the cigarette, like they smoke so much. A lot of people with, the I know maybe in Africa we do smoke, but it's like mostly the men and it's the minority, But here, at work you have like the smoking break, and you have in the train station you have a section for the people to smoke. You have, if you're going for a long trip, you have like a break where you can drink coffee or do whatever or smoke. It's just a lot, and it's like everybody is smoking. The young girls, old people, old people, young boys, everybody. I'm not saying like everybody smokes, but most, like um I have never seen that. That was quite a shock. I was like, yeah, that was. And then the fourth thing is the the people here are very, very polite. Very, like, once you do something to someone, let's say someone does something for you and it's just a minor thing, you say thank you, you say welcome, you say, even at the supermarket, you say thank you. Let's say it's just about saying thank you and saying you're welcome, and saying maybe you're just from work or you're coming from school, you tell the other people to have a nice day, or you're coming from work, you tell maybe, and you meet a person and they're telling you have a nice evening. They're very respectful and very polite, and we don't have that in our country where I come from. Like, it's very like, it is, we don't say like thank you every time. That was just something I had to adjust, and I'm still adjusting, because sometimes maybe someone does something to me and I just see that that's normal, and I forget to say thank you, and maybe welcome, or maybe have a nice day. It's just something that I'm getting used to, and I think that's very nice. It's very nice if you could embrace it in different cultures. Being nice is nice. Being nice makes you cooler. So another point is about the recycling of litter. We have, so here they do separate the litter, like we have the plastic, we have biomeal, the, what do we call it, the things that you use in the kitchen, like leftovers and maybe some vegetables, things that can decompose. So we have that category, and we have the papers, and now we have the rest of the things, like diapers and maybe hair, or maybe something that's just, that's just rest. And that was quite different for me, but it has like gotten into me. Like, whenever I go somewhere and I see it's everything in one place, I'm like, what's happening here? Where is the milk shining? Like, so they do separate their litter, and that helps with them recycling, especially if it's plastic. And we also have like these ones. See, like the bottles, like these bottles, these are water bottles, and these cans, maybe beer cans, or maybe from energy drinks or such type of cans. They are recyclable, so you get money from them when you buy them. Let's say you just buy a lot of water or maybe a lot of energy drinks. You don't have to throw away the bottles, but you compile them, and then you have like a lot of bottles, a lot of such type of cans, and then you take them back to the supermarket. So in the supermarket, there is a section that you put inside. You put the bottles inside, you put these cans inside, and then you get money. You get like it's like a receipt to show you that you have, these are the amount of bottles that you've brought back, and this is the discount, or this is the money that you've gotten. So you take that receipt to the counter, and then you get like that money will be deducted from the money that you're supposed to pay. So it's like you're getting your money back, but it's not like you are getting money back, but it is when I buy this water, the money is on top, like the fund. You see, like here it's written 25 euros, like 25 cents. Yeah. Yeah, so for every such type of a bottle or every such type of a can, you get 25 cents, and depending on how much you have, how many you have, you get more money. If you have more cans, you get more money. So that's how it works, and I find that so perfect. And also for the glass, you don't have to throw them away, you put them. Basically, it's just recycling, you just divide. So here are the plastic, here is the papers, here is the glass, here is everything. You divide everything, and I find that very nice. Another shock that I got is the language. Definitely, you have to speak German. You have to, like, especially if you want to get a visa, definitely you have to have a bit of German. Even if it's A1, you have to at least know how to say Guten Morgen, Guten Tag. You have to know how to communicate. You don't have to be perfect, but you have to have the basics, If you want to come here, you have to have the basics. And so when you come here, it's very much different, because I came here when I didn't have a lot of, when I didn't know, my German was not that perfect, and it was just very different. It's very different. Let me tell you, it's different from the way that we learn back at school, back in our school, because we are not communicating. We don't have the street language, like the basic communications, and it's very much different, because in school you will be taught very slowly. The teacher is trying to make you understand what they are saying, and so you will think, yeah, I have very good German, but when you come here, it's not easy. It wasn't easy for me, because I just couldn't understand what people are saying to me. I was like, it was not easy. But if you want to make your German better, you you have to read. You have to read a lot and communicate with the people, and especially listening, mingle with the people who speak the mother tongue. German as their mother tongue, and yeah, that has really helped me. But that was definitely a shock. That was, for me, that was something different. I've just come from Kenya and we're speaking Swahili and English and my mother tongue, and then I come all of a sudden, now I have to speak German, and some people you can speak to some people English, but most people you have to speak German. So that was definitely something that that shocked me. Okay, I knew that I have to speak German, but the difference shocked me. And so another point is that Sunday is a rest day, and every supermarket is closed. Like, you can't go for shopping on Sundays, especially if you live in a small village. Everything is closed, like everything. You'll just go to the city and do you hear that? Yeah, nothing. You'll hear nothing because nobody is there. The cafes are not open, the supermarkets are not open, restaurants are not open, nothing is open, so you will just have to stay at home. If you forgot to buy something on Saturday, you'll wait till Monday to get that thing. Yeah, that's just how it is. And so it was just something different for me. And even the transport, you have to wait like for an hour, and maybe sometimes on the weekdays you can get, let's say, that bus, the same bus or the same train, you can get it in an interval of like 30 minutes or like 20 minutes, but on Sundays you'll have to wait for an hour to get the bus or to get the train. So it's like a rest day, and you just have to stay at home, preferably stay at home. Yeah, and don't make noise, because your neighbors will say that you're making noise for them. Don't try to vacuum with loud noise and it's on Sunday. Don't. So another thing is that there is no water in restaurants. Like, no free water in restaurant, but you have to buy water in restaurants. So if you go to a restaurant and thinking that because you're thirsty you'll get free water, no. Shock on your face. You'll have to buy water. Yeah. So there is no like the free water that you get on the restaurant, but you have to buy water. And another thing is they go for walks like a lot. You'll just meet people outside and they are going for walks. It's not like we are going somewhere. We are not going like to catch a train. We are not going to the restaurant. We are not going to the supermarket, but we are just going for a walk. I'm just going from here to I don't know where for 1 hour walk, and then I come back. That was very strange to me. That was something new. I didn't have that. Well, in Kenya, where are you going for a walk? Why? why are you just walking? Where are you going? Nowhere. You're just walking like you're going nowhere. Yeah, but I think it's just something here. You go for a walk to get fresh air, to exercise your muscles. And yeah, I'm still getting used to it. I'm still adjusting to it. But yeah, so they do go for walks, and that was something that was very different for me. And another point is staring. Like, they do stare a lot, a lot. In the train station, you will just be minding your business. I've just come to this train and I want to sit down. Maybe I want to I'm just minding my business. I've just taken a seat next to nobody, because most probably nobody will sit next to me in a way. But I've just taken a seat, and I'm just minding my own business, and someone is across me staring at me. I've had that from a lot of people. It's not just because I think it's just a thing. It's just a thing. Staring is yeah. So that's just it. And also then, for you have to another point is that you have to obey. You have to respect the traffic light. So if, let's say, the traffic light is red and you can't see any car coming, and maybe you have to wait for 5 minutes till it turns green, you will wait. You have to wait for the traffic lights to turn green. You have to wait. So even if there is no car coming, you have to obey the traffic lights. So that was something that was very difficult for me, because well, in my country, you just look right, look left. You just look right, look left. No car is coming. You just go. But here you have to obey. They do obey the traffic lights and all other rules. You have to obey the rules, and yeah, that is something that I got to adjust to it. Yeah, so even if you're in a hurry and you see that no car is coming, but the sign is red, you'll just have to wait. And the last point is about bureaucracy. Like there is a lot of paperwork. A lot. For example, let's say you're getting a job somewhere, and you will get a lot of papers that you'll have to sign. You sign the contract. Maybe if you can't if your German is not that good, just use Google Translator, or I don't know what you use. Just translate the papers and just know what is this about, what am I signing, because you'll have to sign a lot of things. There's a lot of paperwork that you have to sign. And let's say you made an agreement with someone, let's say not a friend but official agreement. You just don't say, oh yeah, we agreed with somebody there that we do this. where is the proof? Did you sign anything? Do you all have like an agreement? You have to sign. You just have to sign the papers. Yeah, that's more of like it. So yeah, so yeah, those are just some of the culture shock that I experienced, and that is just my experience. And of course, I have others, but I don't want the video to be so long, so I may make a part 2 of the culture shock. Maybe I will make with a friend also from another country, so that they can also tell us their culture shock that they experience, because it's very different. It's very different for people that come from other countries. Maybe their culture shock is much more or much less, depending on the place that they come from. Yeah, so that was it for this video. Please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate your support. Please subscribe to my channel. That really helps with the algorithm, and also like the video, give it a thumbs up, and share everywhere, like Instagram, like TikTok, like Snapchat, share, WhatsApp, share. So that was it for today, guys. I really appreciate your time and your support. Yeah, till next time, bye. Cheers.